I made $6,500 in one single month from a faceless YouTube channel. Now, as you can see, this channel has made me over $6,500, and the most I have made in one day was $800, which was actually a couple days ago. Now, the first video on this channel was actually uploaded on the 1st of March, so about 1 month and a half ago, and I was getting some traction in at around 2.5 weeks into the channel. Now, let's get it from the very start. This channel got monetized at March the 21st, which is 24 days after uploading the first video. Now, that is something that many people do not see. Many people start a channel and they monetize it in 2 months, or they don't even monetize the channel because of some bottlenecks that there are in the YouTube business that many have no idea about. So let's get it started. The very first thing would be niche, like I say here, niche, the truth. Now you see and you hear many things about the niche, about what's the best niche, how to find niches, how to understand if a niche is good to enter, and honestly, it comes down to some simple things like there isn't the best niche out there. Like there isn't one niche that will make you lots of money. And to be honest, something that I have really understood is that you can create your own niche. What you should understand is that YouTube is a business that contains human viewers. We are not getting views from bots, and we are not interacting with AI. We are specifically going after human. So there are some simple things that you have to know, that human psychology still applies to YouTube as it applies to marketing and as it applies to any other business model out there. So you see what things people are getting triggered by. You see what constant patterns there are on people, what their interests are. So a really specific example would be the war niche, okay? The World War II niche. We have all seen it on YouTube. Now, that was very specific. World War II was a topic that old people have been very interested in since World War II ended, okay? So, having that in mind played a specific role when you add AI into it, because with AI, we want to scale as much as possible for the least money invested as possible. People saw World War II. They knew that the emotions are high there. People want to watch about it. So they implemented it with AI. They completely changed the points of it. We write scripts for 60 minutes long, and we optimize it as a business and not as a hobby. That is very important. So for the niche, I would say you see what people like and have always liked. You find a unique angle about it, you go with that unique angle, and you have the niche that you go into. For example, like I said, old people like World War II, okay? What other things do they like? They like bulldozers, they like gardening, they like cooking. Older women like cooking, like I said, they like, let's say, old people also like things that are affordable. So let's say refrigerators, washing machines, old washing machines, and things that are nostalgic to them. So that will be about the niche. The second part will be the age of the audience, easier to bypass judgment. Now, think about it this way. If you are in your 20s or 30s, you are probably very judgmental on the content you watch. You are judgmental of this video, you are judgmental of every single YouTube video you are watching. The reason is because, as harsh as it sounds, us that are in our 20s and in our 30s have more of a different view about how things work out, because we are very intelligent on AI, on YouTube, on editing and all that sort of stuff. But older people, they do not know these things. They have watched TV their entire lives, and they can be lied to really easily. So what that means is that there is a bar that is so low to bypass to attract the older audience. And you have to know that the older audience is also really, really good to sell to, because you can also sell products to them. But the most important fact is that the RPM on this kind of audiences is really high, up to 20 RPM if you're doing like 1 hour videos. But on an average, like 10 to 20 minute video, you can get up to like $10 RPMs, which is pretty phenomenal compared to like 20-year-old audience, which is like $5 or something like that. And you can see that you can scale it a lot more if you are targeting the right audience. But that doesn't mean that you shouldn't also target younger audiences, because some other niches are working better in that audience and some are working better in the other audience. But as a rule of thumb, I would suggest you go for the older audience, just because the bar is lower to bypass and you can scale it faster and better, because the videos also don't take that long to edit and create. So that means we can create 5 channels and start earning from 5 channels in 1 to 2 months. Next thing would be the trust score of a channel, and this is so important because people also have this delusion that, oh, the algorithm doesn't like me, the algorithm is bad against me. And while in some cases this is true, it is not always the right thing to say. You should change your language. You should say, instead of algorithm, you should say audience. But there's also one last thing you should know about YouTube. YouTube is a platform that wants to keep the viewers attracted and wants to keep the viewer on the platform for as long as possible, even like 20, 30 minutes, 1 hour, and so on and so. The more a person stays on YouTube, the more money they make as a company. So it would be a shame to promote a channel that is not trusted by YouTube, that could ruin that session for YouTube. Do you get what I say? So if YouTube pushes out a channel that they do not trust, that is good and has quality in it, why would they push it out? To keep a viewer hooked on the platform. Now you see the unique angle that I'm getting to. So we have to understand that channels have trust scores, because YouTube wants to keep the viewer hooked on the platform. How do we test the trust score of the channels? Through some methods that I cannot discuss here. That's why you can book a call with me and we can see how I can help you with your own channel and start earning from YouTube as a business. Now, the trust score works like this. You should also warm up channels by watching videos, acting like a human. But the most important thing that I have found to have worked for the trust score is the Gmail of the account. If the Gmail of the account is like aged or has things that show that you are a human, you are probably green-lit. You have a green light to continue with this channel. Next thing would be using AI but not creating slope, and I'm a huge advocate for this. I have always been in the AI space on YouTube, but what I have always not liked is using AI and appearing like it is some crap made like with many zooms, many text from here and there, many effects. This is not something that someone would watch and say, oh, this is a great video. It's something that they watch once and they leave after. We want to use AI to make it as quality and as branded feeling as possible, because at the end of the day, we want longevity in the game, and longevity comes from having high quality things. So I want you to create videos with AI, but I want you to have them be very, very branded with like very good names of the channel, logos, thumbnails, and the editing should be spot on to not look very AI. And the voiceover is really important here. So you also have to use a voiceover that is not really sounding like a robot and has to be lots sounding like a human. And now the final formula for your YouTube business to hit consistent 10K months, like I did here with 6,500 in my first month. And now imagine that I'm also starting 5 to 6 channels in this niche, because it is completely automated. We have completely automated the tasks. So why not start 5 channels in my own niche and let 5 other guys start their own channels and copy me. Like, it wouldn't make sense if you think about it. So I want to take as much pieces from the pie as I can before I leave this niche and go into other niches too. So that is the way you should strategize your business, because at the end of the day, YouTube is a business that we are running and it is not a hobby. And I want you to view it that way because it has to be ruthless. Having made that much money from one single channel shows you that you can create 2 or 3 channels and start earning above 10K consistently, and strategizing things in that way to like create and expand into more niches. So the formula for a YouTube business to hit 10K months would be creating content that does not feel AI, trust scores, niche, and age of audience. Then you repeat, you see what works, you double down on it, you create videos that are longer once you get monetized, so that you test if your audience also likes that kind of content, and you just rinse and repeat. You create more channels in that niche so you can occupy more of the pie, and I want you to hit those marks where you are running a real actual business from it. So I think I covered everything in this video. You can see how quick you can basically start earning thousands of bucks each month. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's really, really possible. And I don't think there's a business model out there that you can start earning as fast as this. So that was it. Click the link in the description and see how I can help you with your situation.